Hello, my dear students. Myself, Dr. Pitambar Humne, founder Botany for You, and working as Professor and Head Department of Botany, Dharampet MP Dev Memorial Science College, Nagpur, Maharashtra, India. I welcome you all in this online platform for the students of Life Sciences Botany for You. Friends, if you are new or not yet subscribed our YouTube channel, then kindly like, share, and subscribe our YouTube channel Botany for You, and also press bell icon for the alerts of every lecture to be uploaded on different life sciences titles. If you want to associate with us through the Telegram group, then the link is given in the description. Through that, you can join the Telegram group and can take the advantage of the different career opportunities in life sciences in India and abroad, and also the literature assistance in the form of PDF. Friends, in our earlier classes, we have seen the many lectures based on the respiration and especially on the aerobic respiration. In aerobic respiration, we have already completed the glycolysis, oxidative decarboxylation, then Krebs cycle and electron transport system. In today's class, we will see the another type of the respiration, and that is anaerobic respiration. If you see the different books, then you will always find the anaerobic respiration in the form of fermentation. So, today also we will clarify both these processes, that is anaerobic respiration and fermentation, their similarities and also their differences. So, let us see the today's lecture, that is anaerobic respiration versus fermentation. As you know, earlier when we have seen the respiration, in which we have seen the different types of the respiration, that is external respiration, then internal respiration and the cellular respiration. Means the process in which there is an oxidation of the substrate or the carbohydrate inside the cell, and that is the cellular respiration. While the external respiration is nothing but the exchange of the gases with the environment of that organism, that may the plant or that may the animal. While in internal respiration, there is a transport of the oxygen from the point of absorption to the different cells. And later on, in a cellular respiration, we have seen the aerobic respiration and second one as a anaerobic respiration, that the aerobic respiration is carried out in presence of oxygen and the anaerobic respiration is carried out in absence of the oxygen. Earlier already we have seen the process in which the glucose molecule is converted into the two molecules of pyruvic acid, and that is known as the glycolysis. That is, here the lysis means to break or to separate, so that one molecule of the glucose is converted into the two molecules of the pyruvic acid in the glycolysis. And earlier we have already seen that this glycolysis is also known as the gateway step. As it is known as the gateway step because later on, after the glycolysis, there will be a decision on the basis of the presence and absence of the oxygen, that there will be aerobic respiration or anaerobic respiration. So, if there is a presence of oxygen in the cell, in such cases, here the pyruvic acid in the oxidative decarboxylation converted into the acetyl coenzyme A, and later on this acetyl coenzyme A enter into the Krebs cycle that we have seen earlier. But now, if there is absence of the oxygen in the cell, so in such a cases, here either there will be formation of the ethanol, that is the ethyl alcohol, or the lactic acid, or even the butyric acid in some of the organisms. Now, if in absence of the oxygen, there is oxidation of this organic compound, that is the pyruvic acid, then such a type of the process is known as the anaerobic respiration. Or the process of oxidation in absence of the oxygen, that is known as the anaerobic respiration. So let's see the how that anaerobic respiration is related to that of the fermentation. Now if we see the process of the anaerobic respiration, or we can say that is the fermentation. So first of all we will see what is the difference in between these two, though they are considered as almost the similar processes. Anaerobic process is carried out by the different living organisms, and it is a cellular process. Means when there are the living organism, even maybe the aerobic organism, and in such a situation if there is an absence of the oxygen, then they are responsible to carry out the process of the anaerobic respiration for the production of the energy or the ATP molecules. And such a type of the cellular process of the respiration which is carried out in absence of the oxygen, that is known as the anaerobic respiration. But if we see the fermentation, it is not necessary that fermentation should be the cellular process. It is an extracellular process, or even we can say that it is the metabolic reaction, or in other words even we can say it is an enzymatic change which can be secreted by the different microorganisms and are responsible for breaking or converting the carbohydrate into the alcohol and lactic acid. And hence here these two processes are different, because if say for example if we have to take an example of the yeast which are responsible for the alcoholic fermentation, if the extract of the yeast is taken and if the process is carried out, that is the chemical process, then also there is a possibility of the fermentation. But if we kill any organism, then there will not be the process of the anaerobic respiration, as it is a cellular respiration. On the basis of the end product, this fermentation or this anaerobic respiration is classified into the two types. Means what is the end product of the anaerobic respiration or the fermentation? If the end product of the fermentation or the respiration is alcohol, then it is known as the alcoholic fermentation. And in plants there is the process of anaerobic respiration which is similar to that of the alcoholic fermentation. But if we see an example of the other animals including the human beings, and if there is an absence of the oxygen, in such a cases the type of anaerobic respiration will be there, and that will be the similar to that of lactic acid fermentation. So as we have seen here, on the basis of the end product of this process, it is known as the alcoholic fermentation and lactic acid fermentation. You might have seen earlier that there is generation of only the 2 ATP molecules in this process of the anaerobic respiration, and earlier we have seen in the plants there is a formation of the 36 ATP molecules after complete oxidation of the one molecule of the glucose. So how it is carried out, that we have seen earlier that the glucose is converted into the 2 molecules of the pyruvic acid into the glycolysis, and in absence of the oxygen, here there is decarboxylation, that is the removal of the one molecule of the carbon in the form of the carbon dioxide, and it convert into the 2 molecules of the acetaldehyde, and these 2 molecules of the acetaldehyde are converted into the 2 molecules of the ethyl alcohol, that is the ethanol, and this process is carried out in presence of coenzyme first, that is NADH2. It means that if we see or compare this process of the anaerobic respiration to that of the aerobic respiration, then after the formation of the pyruvic acid, it becomes donor in aerobic respiration, as there is a formation of the NADH2 during the conversion of the pyruvic acid into acetyl coenzyme A. But in this process, here this pyruvic acid in anaerobic respiration is a hydrogen acceptor. So this is the difference in between the type of the reactions which are carried out in the aerobic and anaerobic process or the reaction. In the similar case, here also in a lactic acid fermentation, when there is a formation of the lactic acid from the pyruvic acid, the similar type of the process is carried out, that the two molecules of the lactic acids are formed and that are in presence of the coenzyme, that is NADH2. Again, here also it becomes now that the hydrogen acceptor, because the two hydrogen molecules or the two hydrogen atoms from the NADH2 are accepted by the pyruvate or the pyruvic acid to convert it into the lactic acid. And this is the basic difference in between the aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration, in which the pyruvic acid becomes hydrogen acceptor instead of the hydrogen donor in the aerobic respiration. Again, if you see this alcoholic fermentation, it is carried out into the two different steps that we have seen earlier, that when there is a glucose molecule and that glucose molecule is converted into the two molecules of the pyruvic acid. During this process, there is a formation of two molecules of ATP molecules. If we see the complete process of the glycolysis, then we have seen there is formation of the 4 molecules of the ATP molecules, but out of that the 2 molecules are used. And hence the net gain of the ATP molecules in the glycolysis is the 2 molecules of the ATP. At the same time, there is formation of the 2 molecules of NADPH2. But later on, these 2 molecules of NADH2 are again utilized during the formation of the ethyl alcohol. So these 2 molecules of the pyruvic acid in presence of an enzyme pyruvate decarboxylase, here there is a decarboxylation, that is the means the degeneration of the carboxylic group, that is in the form of the carbon dioxide, and hence here the pyruvic acid later on converted into the acetaldehyde, that is the 2 molecules of pyruvic acid are converted into the 2 molecules of the acetaldehyde into the pyruvate decarboxylase. So later on, in presence of an enzyme, that is the alcohol dehydrogenase, this 2 molecules of the acetaldehyde again accept the 2 hydrogen and convert into the 2 molecules of ethyl alcohol or the ethanol. So here the NADH2, which was earlier formed in the process of the glycolysis, is again used during the formation of the ethyl alcohol from the acetaldehyde, and hence only we will have the net gain of the 2 ATP molecules in the alcoholic fermentation. And this is not the complete oxidation, as again the ethyl alcohol is a organic compound which is formed from the hexose sugar, that is the glucose. In the second process of the fermentation or the anaerobic respiration in the animals, that is similar to that of the lactic acid fermentation. And here again the same process, that the glucose in the glycolysis produces the 2 molecules of the ATP and it converts into the pyruvic acid. At the same time, there is a formation of the 2 molecules of the NADH2 that we have seen already in the glycolysis. But in presence of an enzyme, that is the lactate dehydrogenase. So in presence of the lactate dehydrogenase, these 2 molecules of the pyruvic acid are converted into the 2 molecules of the lactic acid. And during this process, here this pyruvic acid act as a hydrogen acceptor, and that are donated by the NADH2, and NADH2 convert into the NAD. And hence here the last product or the end product is a lactic acid. So in this two different type of the processes of the fermentation or the anaerobic respiration in the plants and the animals. In the first process, that is the alcoholic fermentation, there is a end product, that is the alcohol and the carbon dioxide, and in the second one, that is lactic acid fermentation or the anaerobic respiration in the animals, the end product is a lactic acid. Here we can see the difference between the fermentation and anaerobic respiration. Earlier we have seen that the reactions which are involved in the fermentation and anaerobic respiration are same. But when we will see these two different processes, then we will very well understand that fermentation and anaerobic respiration, though they are very much closely related with each other, but there is a difference in between these two. So let's see the differentiation in between these two different processes. First one, that is, it is a type of metabolic reaction used to convert the sugar like the carbohydrates into the carbon dioxide and ethanol or the ethyl alcohol that we have seen earlier. Means even in absence of the living organism, there is a possibility of the fermentation, because it is just a chemical change which is secreted by the enzymes which is carried out by the enzymes secreted by the different microorganism. But if you see the anaerobic process which is carried out in the different organism which are aerobes, but in absence of the oxygen, there is again anaerobic organism, or there are many organisms which are anaerobe and that are responsible to carry out the process of the anaerobic respiration. So it is a type of cellular respiration where energy is generated through the breakdown of the sugar molecule. So see here, it is a cellular process or the cellular process of the oxidation. Then it occurs in absence of the oxygen but is induced by the low oxygen concentration. Means the fermentation, though it is carried out in absence of the oxygen, but if there is a low concentration of the oxygen, then also the fermentation is induced. But if we see the anaerobic respiration, it occurs completely in absence of the oxygen, because the organisms which are aerobes, and if there is an availability of the oxygen, then there must be the aerobic respiration. Then third one, that is, it uses the various microorganisms and enzymes, and hence it is extracellular, that we have seen earlier, that the fermentation is a extracellular process while the anaerobic respiration is a intracellular process. It occurs within the cytoplasm of the cell, because anaerobic respiration is carried out inside the cell, inside the cytoplasm. Then it is assumed to be the oldest metabolic process used by microorganism to produce the energy, and it is assumed to have evolved from the fermentation in the process of the evolution, because even the many organisms including the human beings, if continuously exercise and if he is unable to absorb the sufficient amount of the oxygen from the environment, in such a cases again there is a anaerobic respiration in the muscles also. The similar type of the case in case of the plants also, in which if there is a deficiency of the oxygen or the oxygen is absent completely, in such a cases this aerobic plants also carry out the process of the anaerobic respiration. The amount of energy produced is less, that is 4 ATP molecules through the glycolysis. And earlier we have seen out of these 4 ATP molecules, here there is utilization of the 2 ATP molecules, and only here there is a net gain of the 2 ATP molecules. Then the amount of energy produced is more, that is the 38 ATP molecules through the glycolysis, citric acid cycle and electron transport system. So this is in case of the aerobic respiration. Then the final electron acceptor is pyruvate, acetaldehyde or any other organic molecule that we have seen. But here the final electron acceptor is sulfate, nitrate or the sulfur in case of the anaerobic respiration. The process becomes aerobic if the terminal electron acceptor is oxygen, but we are talking about the anaerobic respiration, so we can say that this oxygen is not available for the acceptance of the electrons. Then the glycolysis is the major step occurring in this process, and here the glycolysis is followed by the citric acid cycle and the electron transport chain in case of the aerobic respiration. But in anaerobic respiration, such a type of the process in which the citric acid cycle, oxidative decarboxylation or the electron transport system are not carried out. The substrate and the enzymes are obtained from the extracellular medium, and here the substrate and the enzymes are exclusively intracellular, and this is the basic difference in between the fermentation and the anaerobic respiration. And lastly, it occurs in the microorganisms like yeast, molds and bacteria. And if we see the anaerobic respiration, it occurs in the yeast, bacterial cell and even the human cells that respire without oxygen. And in addition to that, the many plants, if they are growing in the deficiency of the oxygen, they are also able to carry out the process of the anaerobic respiration. So friends, this is the difference in between the aerobic, anaerobic and the fermentation process. So thank you very much for listening this lecture completely. I am very much hopeful and confident that this lecture will be useful to you in understanding the fermentation, anaerobic respiration and the process of the respiration also, and also equally useful in preparation of your examinations. Friends, if you like this lecture or if it is beneficial to you, then kindly like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel Botany for You, and also press bell icon for the alerts of every lecture to be uploaded on different life sciences titles. And don't forget to join the Telegram group so that you can take the advantage of the different career opportunities in life sciences in India and abroad, and also the assistance of the different literature in the form of PDF. Thanks a lot once again.